Okay, let's take a look really fast. Druid, werewolf, and werebear attack speed changes. We've seen a bunch of discussion, some confusion.
Didn't get anything but altruistic llama is amazing.
Thank you. Regarding some of the changes in PTR for werebear and werewolf attack speed, the dev team want to get a note regarding the motivations behind this change and some clarification. Since Druid was introduced in 2001, the attack speed calculation for werewolf and werebear forms has been quirky. The attack speed contributions of the equipped weapon were used multiple times in the calculation, giving them more than twice the impact compared to other attack speed calculations. This is true. This quirky calculation involving the weapon attack speed also ignored the usual IAS cap. In the PTR, we have changed the attack speed calculation for werewolf and werebear forms to match other attack speed calculations. Weapon attack speed will be given the same importance in the calculation as for any other player's attack speed. In fact, the werebear's attack speed should exactly match the attack speed for an untransformed druid. The base werewolf attack speed also matches the untransformed druid, but it is enhanced by IAS bonuses from the werewolf skill. There are a few motivations for this change. One, because of the extraordinary weight weapon attack speed had on transform attack speeds, high weapon attack speed was overwhelmingly the most important consideration for which weapon to equip. This change should encourage more diversity of weapon selection. Two, the quirky attack speed calculation was a poor player experience for those not in the know, in particular at lower levels of play without optimized weapons. While this change has reduced attack speed when using weapons with very high IAS, it has increased attack speed for the majority of weapons, especially weapons encountered at lower levels of play. We would like to encourage PTR players to experiment the different weapon choices for the werewolf and werebear forms. It is not our intent to reduce the viability of the transformed druid. We'll be looking at ways to improve the performance of the transformed druid without sacrificing the benefits obtained from unifying the attack speed calculations. Dislike is my first immediate reaction to this. I like part two. Part two, I agree with. I thought having to be in the know about how attack speed functioned and that the weapon is where you needed it on that main hand, and then if you had it in like the other slots, it wasn't helping. I thought all of that did get way too stupid and confusing. I agree. This should be brought back down and fixed. What sucks is this part. The bear and the druid just feel with slow attack speed like that. So I like the idea of it not being so dependent and so shoving just like 6 shells in a phase blade and using it. But I also want attack speed to not mirror that of regular druid form attack speed because it just feels gross. When I was playing the Fire Claw and run around doing those other things, it was just slow, and didn't feel good. It didn't feel very right. I do not like that the attack speed is being brought down. I would rather we just fix it so everything was brought up, so that you could have the attack speed with the other pieces as well. Now, I actually thought also the druid was kind of fun because you did have some unique weapons that you could use, like rib crackers and, the mauls, and there were a variety of weapons that you would actually use on a shape-shifted druid that you weren't really using on any other character. So yeah, this to me feels like a big nerf to druid. And I think the speed is one of the pieces that like really was kind of a critical piece of it. I feel like that was a critical piece of the shapeshift form and one of the reasons to be that shapeshift and all of that. Yeah. And you could use your two-handers and have all sorts of fun and all of this stuff. So I would love for them to fix this bottom piece, but do something like when in a shape-shifted form, your attack speed doubles or something. I don't know, whatever it is, because attacking on 11-7 as your frames is just like feels so horrible when you're used to attacking on what, the 3 frame or something. So it's just like knocks it down so much. I mean, it's so much slower. So yeah, having a 10 frame cap there basically really is just rough. That's just so hard. Even like when I think I was like playing Fury and things like that, it just did not feel good. So yeah, they're just not going to be good for Ubers. They're just going to really be wrecked in a lot of ways. Yeah, I would personally hope for a change to this because, and you know, I mean, I agree. I encourage people to go experiment and make it yourself, play for it yourself. You know, maybe you guys will come to different conclusions than I did. And, you know, I can go and try and mess around and try out some different weapons and see if I like it better with this and that. I'll play with it more myself. But I will say from my initial play of it, it felt not fun. It did not feel like the Druid shapeshift form that I really enjoyed. So I hope they change it up and kind of adjust it in a faster way. And I agree with the lower level, you know, piece was rough. Like when you first played a shapeshifter and you picked up a weapon and you were shapeshifted as a wolf or a bear and you're like, ugh. You know, it's like, oh my God. I agree. That was a complete nightmare and needs to be changed, which is why I've always thought giving some really nice base attack speed boost just to either shapeshift form, just like a 2 times boost right off the bat, would be really nice. Because it just feels like if I'm turning into a beast, I should just be able to swing faster than just a human trying to swing an axe or something, you know? That was always my thoughts playing the game. I didn't like it before. And now I like it even less. So we'll see. I'll go test some more. You guys do the same. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that.